Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Zariah here. I know it's kind of been a while. I just haven't had any time to record or do anything. I've had a lot of things going on in my personal life. One thing I can say is that I found out I was pregnant again, so I've been really busy just trying to deal with all of that, and not in a bad way or anything. My husband and I had to find a OBGYN and all of that, so we're both very excited. This was kind of planned, so nothing. Um, Nothing too surprising, other than we didn't think that it would happen this soon. Um, so I've just been dealing with some personal things. But anyway, today we are building a on the 50 by 50 lot in Mount Komorebi. It's the Yukimatsu um, neighborhood, and it's that big lot over by the onsen. And it's the Kiyomatsu Point 50 by 50 lot over there. I just wanted something that was very snowy, and I didn't want to have to worry about manipulating the weather in another neighborhood. So I chose this big lot. Um, as you can see, I've pretty much got the building down. The floor plan was really easy to get down too. I didn't struggle too much with the shape. I just knew that I wanted it to be small, in the woods, and up on like a snowy mountain. So there's a little bit of terrain manipulation. I ended up using mostly Snowy Escape for the outside, so all of the windows, the doors. I think I used the columns as well, and I used the eco lifestyle like wood paneling that I've used in previous videos. I just really like that paneling. It's very pretty, and I wanted it to look like a cabin. Um, I used a lot of debug landscaping, and as you will see, I cut out so much of this video because it took me like 5 hours to do this video. Um, with having kids at home, and I have my own personal life that I have to deal with, so I had to step away from my computer a few times, and like there was just big pauses here and there. So there was just a lot of cutting out I needed to do for this video. And it was extremely long with all of the landscaping that I did. So I cut out all of that so that I could cut down the length of the video. It still ends up being almost a 30-minute video. Um, so you you'll see me cut away at some point, and all the landscaping will be pretty much done. Um, anyway, it's a two-bedroom, one-bath home, and I wanted it to be kind of closed off. So you'll see the kitchen is very small, and we'll get to that because we're still doing the outside right now. But I just wanted it to be nice and cozy. Um, either out on a mountain and enjoying the scenery. I figure this may be like a cabin that this family goes to for the holiday, spend holiday time together. Maybe it's not so much a stay all the time home, it's a vacation home maybe, and you could totally make it that way. Um, I made this home for maybe two grandparents and their grandkids, or maybe it's just a mom and a dad and their two sons. Um, just whatever story that you would like to tell, I think that that would work. There are two boys living in the home. It can be the grandparents or the parents themselves. Um, you guys decide. Whatever you want to do with my build, you could tear it all down, remake it if you want. You can make it bigger. That is completely up to you, as you guys are the ones downloading these builds. I don't usually play in all of my builds. I just like to build, and you guys can do what you will with them. But here's the kitchen. As you can see, everything's really open right now, and I'm going to put up a big wall to kind of close it off. So it is kind of claustrophobic, but I figured it worked. You're really only in the kitchen to cook, and like I said, I wanted it to be really, really cozy. So I just closed everything off. I use the small archways to get in and out. There you can see I have the double archways right now over on the other side of the build, and I switched those out for the smaller archways because I needed a little bit ways. Um, so easy floor plan. It does get really, really cozy because right now I'm not putting any of the holiday decorations in yet. And once I have gotten everything put in, I had to kind of manipulate everything around to put up all of the decorations that I wanted to do. I didn't want this cabin to be so overly holidayed out to where it was literally just a holiday house. I wanted it to still look like somebody lived here and they decorated around all of the things that they use on a daily basis, because not every home is fully holidayed out all year round. Um, as you can see, I put down the Hey Harry table with the seasons chairs. I really love that table. Thank you to Hey Harry. It's a beautiful table, and I use it in almost all of the builds that I use or that I play in because it's such a pretty simple table. And I think we need more simplified things like that, not so themed. Not that the themed stuff isn't pretty, it is. It's just not something that I usually use. I did use the new Desert Luxe kit sofa. It's a very pretty sofa, and I did try making a build with that kit, and I just had such a hard time with it. So that video ended up not coming out. But it is a very pretty couch, and there's a lot of really cool items in that kit. Um, I know not everyone is super into the kits, but there is a few kits that came out that were really nice. I do absolutely love the new Everyday Clutter kit. That was like the perfect kit for builders. Uh, and I love all the little details they use, like the glasses and the glasses like organizer with, and just all the little small items were really nice. So I will probably use those in just about every build from here on. Those are awesome items. Um, I use the cottage living kitchen kit, or I'm sorry, cottage living kitchen stuff. Um, that was not a kit. That was a full expansion, guys. But I did use that kitchen because I wanted everything to be kind of like dark woods and very cozy and warm. Um, so right now you can see I'm using this sink from Jungle Adventure. I ended up not using that in the end. I think the only thing I used from Jungle Adventure was the wallpaper in the kitchen, which I don't think I've put in there yet. Um, One of the other things that I ended up cutting out was I had such a hard time figuring out what wallpapers I wanted to use, so I cut out all of that um, in a lot of the rooms because I did do a couple of accent walls and stuff, but I just cut all of that out because I had such a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do, but it turned out okay in the end, I think. So I used, like I said, the Snowy Escape windows, doors, and columns. I used a lot of seasons. Um, the cottage living, I went over. I used the cats and dogs fireplace. Um, I also used a few things from Eco Lifestyle, like this bed. Um, I just really like this bed because it's really nice and cozy and it's got all those layers and um, just comfort. And that's kind of what I was going for. I just wanted it to be really cozy and cottagey and like you're out in the wilderness. Um, just I would love to have a cabin like this or like to go visit a cabin. So um, I think it would be a lot of fun, like in the snow, I mean. Now, when I was younger, my family and I went up to Tennessee, up to Lakedale Hollow. So if you ever get to go there, it is beautiful. We stayed in a cabin on Lake Dale Hollow Lake, and we were kind of in the mountains. So there was like one morning where you couldn't see past your own face because it was so foggy. Um, but it was so beautiful, and my dad was a huge fisherman, so we were out on the boat. We brought the boat with us. They had it like a boat dock that you could rent a space, and we went up there uh, for a week, and it was just a really fun family trip. It was just me, my dad, and my mom, and we stayed in a two-bedroom cottage up there, or a cabin, and it was just really fun. And we went on the boat a lot, and that was really fun. My mom makes fun of fishing, but I mean, I had fun fishing. But she sat in the boat and said, "Here, fishy, fishy," the entire time that me and my dad were trying to fish for stuff. Um, but we also went up to Kentucky to see the Mammoth Caves, which was really cool as well. So if you guys ever get to go to, up north from where I am anyway, I live in Florida, so that was north for us. But if you ever get to go to Lake Dale Hollow, it's beautiful. The Mammoth Caves was really cool to be inside of. Very scary though. When they turn off the lights, you cannot see anything. So that was kind of scary. But it was a very fun trip. Now back to the build. I am doing the boys' room now. I had originally thought it was going to be a little girls' room, but I think the kids that live in this room, obviously there's a toddler, so I did put the toddler things in there. But I figured the kid is kind of in their preteen stage, so they're still pretty much a kid. They're not quite the teenager yet, and so I made it very kiddish. But I figured they were both really into sports, and maybe the toddler was also really into the void critters. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. My daughter is huge into Pokemon, and I figured, I would just mix those two elements together. So I put a bunch of like sports posters and the void critter decals, just all the things that you would think of when you think of like young children. Um, and I just thought that it looked really, really nice in the end. I did have to change a few things because I did player test this build. You can walk around everywhere. You can use all the items. I wanted to make sure because everything really got pushed together in this build. Everything is really close together, and I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to get around a few places like the Christmas tree, and in the bedroom I had put down a small pile of like the sports equipment. I forget what the item is called. I believe it comes with base game, and it was underneath next to the toddler bed, and my sim could not get up into the bunk bed because that item was there. So I had to kind of switch that item around to make that work. Um, but there is everything was player tested, and you can do everything. You can get to the bedrooms, you can use the bathroom, and everything in the kitchen worked. So everything in this build should work. So if there is any problems, please let me know and I will fix them. But as far as I know, everything worked properly. So, but I'm just mostly putting in, I think, final touches before I switched and got off, because I did kind of get off for a while and come back to the build later. You know, life happens, had to make dinner. Probably, that's probably what happened, honestly. I had to go make dinner for my family, and then I came back and started building again. I really don't know what the situation was, but that's honestly probably the situation. But yeah, here's those sports equipment that I thought would work under there because I thought they would look really nice. But no, those did not work. So I had to switch those around. The room is pretty simple, um, and everything works. So, but like I said, if something doesn't work, please let me know. This is where it got a little sketchy. I was just like, I don't know where I'm going to put the tree. So I ended up putting it over here, and I sized it down one, and I thought for sure my sim would not be able to get around it. But they got around it just fine, and they were able to go into the kitchen. They were able to go through the front door, through that archway. I put a bunch of presents around it so it looked full, and you know, I wanted these decorations to look like, a regular family decorated house. I didn't want it to look super extravagant and perfect. I just wanted there to be little things here and there. So I thought it looked really nice. My mom is huge into Christmas, so our house is just decked out right now. Um, we got a new like $500 Christmas tree this year that's with the star and everything is probably 8 foot tall. Um, so it was a lot of fun to put together, but it looks like a beautiful tree. When you spend that amount of money, you really get what you pay for. So it's a very pretty tree. My mom is also huge into nutcrackers, so I really wanted to put some nutcrackers in this build. So some outdoor decorations, some indoor decorations. I didn't try to go over the top. I did use I think it's Seasons decoration box to put, outdoor decorations on the house. So I believe I cut all of that out as well. So at some point, everything's just going to be decorated. But I just wanted something simple and just something simple, something cozy, and like they just the family just enjoys their life out in the woods, and I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's a feeling that you get during Christmas time. So that like Christmas cheer, holiday cheer, whatever you want to call it. Um, that's it's just part of the season. And we're really excited this this Christmas, with my big announcement. And it's just, Christmas is a huge deal in our house, and it's just something that my mom loves to celebrate. And, this is her favorite holiday, and I would do anything for my mom to make it awesome and all that Christmas cheer. And, you know, she's gone through a lot this year, and so we want to make sure that it's special. So, but I'm mostly just decorating, and I think we're about to cut in a few minutes, and like all of the outdoor decorations should be done. I think most of the landscaping is also done. So I'm trying to think, is there anything that I missed? I'm looking at my list of things that I need to mention, and I think I've mentioned all of it. If there's anything you guys would like to see, please let me know. I had a really bad like builder's block, so I was not building. I also had so much going on at home, and I am very new to this whole YouTube thing, and as much as I love, building and stuff, I I don't know how long this YouTube journey will last. When you're a parent, it's kind of hard to take your time away from them. And my husband means a whole lot to me, and he's like the entire world. So I just I wanted to do this as like an experiment. Can I do this whole YouTube thing? And um, so we'll see what happens. But if there is anything you want to see, let me know. I will, of course, try and do those things. Um, I am going to aim to at least get one video out a month, maybe twice a month. We'll see what happens. I know that there was a huge span and amount of time between this video and the last video, because you know, builder's block and everything going on at home. So I'm trying. That's all I can say is I'm trying. Out here, I built a small little, like, cozy fire pit area. I love this lighting. I think it's awesome. I think it's the best, like, outdoor lighting in the game for, 'cause I love twinkle lights and stuff. But I think I cut a few parts of this out of building it because I had a little bit of a hard time with placing the lights. Oh, and as you can see, there was just a cut, so I had done all of the decorations, and I forgot that I did that cut right there. So I do change one thing. Like if you saw the flags on the fence, I ended up changing those to lights. Now, the reason I did that was because when I had put a fence up in the front yard area to kind of designate where the entrance to the front of the house was, because I put a ton of trees and stuff for the landscaping, and it needed kind of a place to put like the entry. So when I did that and I connected the fence to the house or to the cabin, the lights or the flags kind of went upwards, like in a weird angle, and I couldn't fix it without just deleting part of the fence. So I ended up trying to change the lights, and it was just a kind of a fiasco for me. So I just ended up deleting part of the fence, and it fixed it. So there's like a gap in between the fence and the house. I was trying to put like a rock there. I tried to put some of the um, like snow drift from Snowy Escape, and it just wasn't working out. So I just left a gap there. Not a big deal. I just wanted it to work, and it didn't. So, and I think it's because of the foundation, and I wasn't going to take the foundation away because I manipulated the terrain. Um, so it is what it is. I'm not too mad about it. But anyway, we are at the end of this voiceover. If you liked my content, make sure to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video, hopefully soon. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you guys celebrate. I hope all of you have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye.